क्या कभी तुम्हारे साथ ऐसा हुआ है that you're talking to a girl, everything seems good, the girl seems good, you're attracted to her, she's attracted to you and you're talking endlessly. Talking stage खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा कि उसका interest lose हो जाता है. She's giving you one word replies, she's not going out on a date with you, date का time आते ही she's cancelling back to back, she's making excuses and you're like ऐसा हुआ क्या? She had so much interest initially. There was so much interest initially और interest धीरे धीरे die down हो गया. But you're not able to figure out. Well, that's what I want to cover today कि क्या लड़कों की 5 ऐसी mistakes होती हैं जिसकी वजह से लड़कियों का interest lose हो जाता है. And I've analyzed thousands of people, thousands of conversations to actually get to these 5 points. So you better watch this video till the end because if this is happening with you, this will not happen with you after you watch this video. Hello bro, my name is Arunav and I've been a dating coach for the past decade, helping men like yourself get into a fulfilling relationship that you deserve. So if you're single, consider clicking the subscribe button. So today we're going to talk about the biggest mistakes guys make while dating. So you should never tell her these 5 things that I'm going to discuss today when you're dating, because the moment you tell her this, your projection, the projection you do in a woman's mind becomes of a weak man and she's going to leave your ass. So listen to me very carefully because these are the mistakes that you don't want to make, and also understand this, that a woman is just looking out for reasons why she shouldn't be sleeping with you. So if you do any of this will give her that particular reason and you will not be able to attract her. So sabse pehle, do not reveal that you're in love too soon. Now I see this with a lot of guys, especially inexperienced guys, and I was guilty of this too, is we don't have an emotional reserve. When we don't have much experiences, एक अच्छी लड़की हमें आके good reactions देने लग जाती है, we don't have an emotional reserve. What most guys tend to do is they make her the center of their world and they share each and everything with her. But you need to have emotional reserve because you need to keep in the tense emotions private until they are reciprocated through actions, not words. What this means is जब तक लड़की तुम्हें action से नहीं दिखा रही how much she likes you, do not tell her logically that you like her or you're in love with her. You might feel like doing that, but doing that is going to cut all your chances with her. So make sure you don't do this mistake. उसके बाद it's also going to be a power shift. If you tell her that you love her, if you tell her that you're just so much into her, you're deeply affected by her or something, what is going to happen is there's going to be a power shift. So you need to avoid that power shift. You need to avoid surrendering your emotional power too early. And this is a mistake 99% of the guys do with extremely attractive women. So you need to desensitize yourself to attractive women as well. मतलब इतनी attractive लड़कियों के साथ बाहर जाओ जो तुम्हारे थोड़े comfort zone से बाहर हो. And once you actually do that, तब तुम्हें समझ आएगा कि you shouldn't reveal all of this too early. Now, if you reveal that you're in love too early, your value perception also goes down. What you need to understand is even the most attractive of the attractive women, they want a guy that they can win over. So let her chase emotional security, increasing her investment. Because एक बार वो अपनी investment increase करती है, then the ball is in your court because you are in the power position in the interaction. Second thing is you need to avoid telling her how much she affects you. Now, if you tell her that she affects you so much, she did this and this is deeply affecting you, what happens is she's going to look at you as a weak man who does not have his own life. So you need to have an emotional guard. Emotional guard का मतलब है that you need to maintain mystery, how deeply she affects you, how deeply she influences you. So what that means is do not say this logically, do not try to tell her, do not try to convey it. Mysterious aura banao. Then also you need to understand about frame control. You need to stay centered and never let her think that she can control your emotions, because when a woman thinks that she controls your emotions, she knows that in the power dynamic she has more power. When she feels that she has more power, your value significantly drops, and once your value drops, she's going to flake on you, she's going to ghost on you, last moment date cancel karegi, and that all problems happens because you lost your frame. And apart from that, you also need to practice selective vulnerability. Matlab only shared feelings when trust is fully established. Now you might be thinking trust established kab hota hai interaction mein. I would say if you really want to date the girl, trust is established after physical investment, which means that once the physical intimacy is there, that means that the trust is building up. So once you've been physical with the girl, that means that certain amount of trust has built up. It doesn't mean that you can completely trust her and completely show your vulnerable side. Do not do that, guys, because that will make you seem less of a competent man. आपको समझना पड़ेगा what is a competent man. A competent man is a man who's emotionally mature. He keeps his emotions under check. He does not act on his impulses. So if you act on your impulses, if you tell her everything that you feel about her, everything how she affects you, then you're not a competent man in her eyes. Never talk about being cheated on or heartbroken. I've seen so many guys, whenever they're talking to a girl, they'll start talking about their past relationships. Now what that shows to the girl is that you've not moved on, is you don't have a resilient image. You need to have a resilient image in the girl's head. What that means is you need to show her that you moved forward and you're unaffected by the past hurt. So I have this one line that I use with every woman who talks about my past, which is, I don't like to personally dwell on the past. The past is the past. This is the present. I like to be in the present moment. Now with that, I don't talk bad about my past relationships. I don't talk good about my past relationships. I don't need to talk about them until unless she's really pushing for it. Now I see a lot of guys, they start saying bad things about their past girlfriends. They start saying bad things about their long relationships. Usse ladki ko kya lagta hai ki next time he's with someone else and if he ever dated, he's going to say the same things about me. So your value significantly drops if you do that, if you talk bad about your past. If you're doing that mistake, stop it right now. A high value girl is going to understand that you're going to do the same thing with her because it's a character trait. Same thing I notice when I'm talking to girls. If they're always saying bad things about their past, I should cut that girl then and there. I'm not looking for a relationship with her anymore. You also need to keep your perceived strength in check. So you need to convey that your history does not define you. It was just a lesson that you learned in your past and you moved on from that. Also, that shows an alpha mentality because it displays emotional mastery by focusing on the present and not the past wounds. As I mentioned, something that I do with girls personally, something that you should also do. So stop talking about your exes, stop talking about your failed dates. It's not going to get you anywhere. Another thing I notice with a lot of men is the moment they get an attractive woman, they start bragging about their successes. You need to understand once you do that, you're qualifying for her. You're trying to sell yourself and the woman is in a buyer position. So make sure that you have silent successes, which means let your lifestyle reflect your accomplishments without verbal validation. Now I know for a man, once you get a success, you have no one to share it with and you only have your partner to share it with because the more you tell the outside world, the world is probably going to be jealous, they're going to say bad things, but you need to be silent when you're actually winning and rather than telling people and sharing your happiness and your success because not a lot of people are actually happy about that. And also girls will feel that this is extremely validation seeking. So you need to have power moves, which means that you need to focus on impact driven actions and not self-promotion. Now it can be anything. Maybe you've climbed Mount Everest, maybe you earned a lot of money last month, maybe your business got tied up with new business. Whatever you do, the moment you try to tell that to a woman, you become logical with a girl, what she feels is this guy trying to sell himself? Why is he trying to sell himself? Maybe he thinks I'm above him. Maybe he's putting me on a pedestal. That is what goes on in the woman's mind. So make sure that you do not do self-promotion at any cost. Also, status presence. Be known for the results, not announcements. So if you're always announcing what you're going to do, if you're always telling her, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, she's going to lose attraction. Rather than that, go there with the results. Just go there with the results and let your lifestyle do the rest. Now, do not mention financial struggles or setbacks. Now you might be like, hey man, I'm trying to find the right partner. How can I not tell her about my financial struggles or my setbacks? Now I think I learned this the hard way as well, because I lost a long-term relationship because of this when I started TheBroThing. Now what you need to actually do is you need to resource shield. You need to keep your financial vulnerability off the table to maintain a perceived stability. Even if you're not financially stable, put it off the table. So keep that perceived stability in check. Next thing is you need to have provider energy. You need to exude abundance regardless of temporary challenges. So if you're a guy who's talking to a woman, your business is going decent, suddenly something hits and your business goes down. It doesn't mean that you should change your behavior with her just because of these temporary challenges. I mean, you can reduce your spend, but you need to still have provider energy. You need to exude that abundance regardless of those temporary challenges. The next thing is the mindset. You need to have a prosperity mindset. And I learned this with one of my friends in Singapore. You need to focus on your vision for future successes, not current limitations. So what happened with me was, मैं अपने दोस्त के साथ एक क्लब में जा रहा था, and he was like, hey man, let's take a cab. थोड़ा दूर है club. And I'm like, bro, the club is like 20 minutes away. We can walk over there, cab लेंगे. It's gonna be, and all Mercedes cabs are coming over there. I'm like, it's gonna be at least $30 to $40. And even the local cabs are not coming. If there was a local cab, we would have taken it. It's like $8. He's like, bro, if we go to the club, we go in a good mood, you'll be in a good mood. I'll be able to see you doing the approaches. I'll learn worth that $40 fucking. And this was back when I was 17. I was not a coach at that point in time. I was just good in social skills. And that's when I learned the prosperity mindset. And looking at that guy where he is now, I can see how it benefited him. So if you actually want to learn more about this mindset, let me know in the comment section below and I'll make a separate video on this because I've coached a lot of billionaires, a lot of millionaires, and I can break it down exactly what is the prosperity mindset and how does this help you in dating. So these are the 5 things that you should never tell a girl. But if you want to learn how to talk to women, how women want you to talk to them, click over here and this video will take you there.